Alright gang, as you know, we've been trying to get this 65 Mustang done. I've been color sanding and buffing. The deck lid is currently, I hit it with 1000. I will go back with 1200, 1500, and then 3000 on the DA, and then I will buff. But when I was doing this car, I had problems with the right side door. Not the door itself, but what happened was I sprayed the paint, clear coated, and I had the door hanging open, and some debris from that fan ended up on the top edge of the door, right in this area right here. So I attempted to, wet sand it out. It didn't work. I couldn't get it out. So I re-prepped the door, re-sprayed it, re-cleared it, and now things are great. However, down here, I don't know how well you can see it, I'm trying to get a good angle, but there's a run right along here. And this happens, it's a flat surface. It's easy to get a lot of material on there, and especially with these weird colors, or this color in particular, there you can kind of see it, hopefully. Anyway, one of the YouTubers on my page asked if I could do something about showing how to take care of a run. I think it was Dave Bertain. But anyway, I'm going to show you some things, and hopefully this solves a problem. I've already done it in a couple other spots. And when we had the shop, we did stuff just like this. So what I'm going to do is take a razor blade, and basically I'm going to scrape the run down. Now, this isn't for the faint of heart, I'll say that. And I'm going to do this the full length of the run, and you got to make sure your angle is right, or you'll dig a corner in and you'll screw up the paintwork you just did. So, just showing you that. This is just the first step. I'm going to do more as I go along, but you can see, hopefully see, that's clear coat. And this is just to get ahead of the game, because the next step that I'm going to do is take a nice flat paint stick, and I'm going to wrap some 1000 grit paper around it and use it like a mini block. So I'm just going to work this down, but you can see what I'm doing, and you can see it's working. So I'll move on and get this thing prepped so I can do the sanding. Okay, I don't know if you can see it or not. Let me try to zoom in a little bit. There you can see the run. A little more pronounced now, but the camera doesn't want to focus because of this color. But I didn't take it all the way down to flat with that razor, because then you don't know really where you're at as far as depth. So what I'm going to do at this point, here's a piece of 1000 grit and a paint stick. And you need to soak the paper, get the thing saturated. So you wouldn't want to just get it wet and start with it. Usually we would let this thing soak a few hours, and that way the whole paper just kind of holds water as well. But I'm just going to wrap it around, and my water, I've got a little bit of soap in it, like dishwashing soap. It just kind of helps a little bit. But all I'm going to do is sand on it. And it's going to take a little while. I'm not in a hurry. I'm not pushing real hard. But I am going to work this down to where it's flat again. And again, I'm going to go over this with 1000, then 1200, then 1500. And then I'll hit it with the wool buffer, but I'm not going to go into buffing. Buffing is really not my thing. I can do it, but I just don't like doing it. Overall, I prefer to do sheet metal repairs and stuff like that. I'd rather not even paint. But you can, I don't know, let me get a towel here in a second, and I'll show you this. This isn't taking that long. I can still feel it. You can probably hear a little, maybe hear a little bit of a ridge bouncing around on it, but all right, let me get a towel. You can see it's going away. Hopefully you can see it. But it's not going to take much. So I'll finish sanding that with the 1000, and again I'll come back and do the 1200 and 1500, and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done with that. Okay, for the most part, that run is flat. It's gone. I know, again, it's hard to see with this color. But what I'm going to do, and you can see, I've gone over some of this up here with the 1000, and you can still see texture. And what I'm going to do, and I'll show you this, I'm using basically it's Meguiar's soft block, and it is very soft. It'll follow a shape. I'm going to just go over that, and all I'm going to do is sand this and I'm try to knock down these the little tiny ridges. You can kind of see them in here, but the goal is to have it look like this, where it's flat. I don't know if you can make that out. See, when I go up, there you go. So again, I'm going to go over this with the 1000, 1200, 1500, and then 3000 on the DA, and then I'll start the buffing. So okay, I know it's not much to see right now, so let me try to get different angles for you. You can see the reflection somewhat of the light. Now this is after 1000, 1200, 1500, and then 3000 wet sand. Let me go back and give you another example here. This is the deck lid, obviously, and you can see it's almost shiny, especially right over there. You can catch the reflection of the window. So after I go 2 rounds of buffing on it, I think it's going to look pretty darn good. So there's the deck lid, and that's with, I went over it twice with the wool pad. I still have to polish it, and this is again not my thing, but the door, kind of see the reflection there, and down here's where of course the run was. Whoop, and that's all nice and smooth now. So I think what I'm going to do is stop right there and maybe bolt the front fenders on and try to finish doing the primary buff on those as well, and then polish the thing and hopefully be done with it.